Hi, everybody. It is Kathy, and I love to be selling. How are you? Come on in, sellers. Let me know that you can hear me. Let me know where you are. And we are going to be talking surprise, eBay open updates. And there are some surprises. Now, I want to give eBay full credit. Do you love these? They're a little crooked, I'm noticing. This was can you see tiny, tiny, tiny little eBay? This was some of the swag from eBay Open updates. Excuse me, eBay Open. I'm so eBay Open 2019. Isn't it fantastic? I love these. Aren't these fantastic? Seller Hub team. See, it pays to hang out with the Seller Hub team. We're giving them out. So let me just check online and make sure you guys can hear me. But let me know that you can hear me before we get going. Let me know how your weather is. I'm here in New York, hot, hot, hot. And I took 2 bags of mail out to get mail out. I literally was at Open for a week. And if you don't know, I was working with a sponsor, which was a lot of fun. I was working with Street Pricer, and I literally talked for like 9 hours a day. So my mouth is catching up with me. So excuse me. Let me make sure you can hear me. And you love these glasses? I love these. This is fabulous. Thank you, Seller Hub team. And I will be taking them off in a minute so I can see my nose. So hang on a second. Let me just see how actually, let me take them off now. Put them on my head. How does that look? Do I look? I feel very California. But they've got, it's actually the street. They're great. They're very functional. I'm telling you, great glasses. And that little tiny eBay, don't you love it? So go Seller Hub team. Let's see how everybody is. Because the thing update, because I heard it all last week. I'm home now. I got home Monday. Today is Tuesday. So I'm home for 24 hours. It's like I'm still doing laundry and is you heard it. There was so much information. But the main updates that were given from the stage by Devin and the other main speakers. And I think when the information is going by you, it goes by so fast that you don't digest everything that's there. And there was a lot that was said. And I went back, I double checked everything. I've been emailing teams. I mean, literally with some of the things I'm going to share with you was 7, 8, 9, 10 emails and a couple of phone conversations to make sure that I'm getting everything right. Because I want to thoroughly vet everything before I share it with you. So let's just see how everybody's doing. So hang on, let me just knock the volume off so you don't get double volume. Okay, good. Hey, how are you? I say Sharon, Chicago. How are you? Melissa, thank you so much for joining me. Hey, Louise, good to see you. Darcy, raining in Ohio. I know some parts of the country could really use that, but I hear you, Ohio. Hi, Rebecca. Hi, Paula. How are you guys? Yes, thank you for the thumbs up and the likes and everything. I really appreciate it. And we're going to get to it. So, the eBay Open, what they did was a lot of new policies were announced. And if you're unfamiliar with eBay Open, and please excuse me if you do know all of this, just sort of go, oh, Kathy, we love you, and I'll get through this quickly. eBay Open is eBay's annual mega conference. And they've been doing eBay Opens now for several years, all in Las Vegas. It was at the Venetian, the MGM Grand, and the last 2 have been at the Mandalay Bay. And what it is it's a huge conference. It's put on by eBay. And literally eBay brings in dozens and dozens of very high level executives. And oftentimes at conferences by corporations, you don't see very high level executives. I mean, Devin Wenig was there, and I believe Devin was there 2, if not 3 days. Harry Temkin, who's the vice president of seller experience, and I'm going to leave people out, and I don't mean to. Susie Deering, who's the chief marketing officer, Bridget Davies, who's the head of eBay advertising, Jay Hansen, who is, again, the titles, I'm not always the best, the chief of Americas. I met the chief, I met a lot of senior vice presidents, a lot of program managers, a lot of team leaders. So eBay brings in a lot of staff, and then wonderful concierge customer service people, tons of Seller Hub people. Seller Hub was out in force, also promoted listings team members, and they're very high level promoted listing teams members. Also very high level Seller Hub. If you didn't get over there for Seller Hub, there was a vice president I know from the Seller Hub team was there. Promoted listing shipping, a lot of shipping people, which is good because people have had a lot of different shipping questions with all the changes in shipping. Also, shipping was giving out eBay tape. So it's like, yay, shipping. So really, safety and trust, which I don't believe safety and trust have ever come to eBay Open before. So what this gives you as an attendee is that literally just about every team, and they call it verticals, which is the different things that eBay sells. So it'd be like clothing and automotive and collectibles and business and industrial. There were senior team members from each of those divisions. They call it verticals. So there was literally a staff member there for no matter what your need was. And they were extremely accessible. You could get one-on-one time with pretty much any team that you needed. Besides the workshops, they're in the central expo hall where the vendors were. So really, really, really a good job. I mean, I saw senior staff accessible walking through pretty much all the time. So good job on that. And they really announced a couple of major things, and that's what I want to address. Now, what you need to do first, I'm going to share my screen a lot, is, hang on a second, let me do this. Share. Facebook. Share. Okay. First thing you need to do is hop over to my website, which is ilovetobeselling.com. And you're going to want to click blog. Now, if you get my weekly updates, this is in your inbox. Okay, so check your inbox. If you don't already have it, it's there. And if you don't see it, check your spam blocker. You want the exclusive eBay Open update guide. The reason you want this is the page for it, exclusive eBay Open update guide, and it's complimentary. This is my gift. This is what it looks like. I printed it out. It's over 27 pages. I'm going to go into greater detail than I'm able to do in this. I give you links on everything. I also have a timeline. So go to my website, ilovetobeselling.com, find guide, get it. It explains everything. It's in writing. I'm big on putting things in writing. You'll hear something and you hear wrong. But if it's in writing, I can read it. Some of these things are so technical I put in here. I got permission. The teams looked at it and approved the language. So it is absolutely accurate, because I'm already hearing wrong information because people heard parts of things. It's sort of like the telephone game. You know, I said something to Sharon, then Sharon says it to Louise. Louise says it to Mary. Mary says it to Jean. Okay, and I don't want to play telephone game with this, because this is our eBay business. This is our sales. This is our livelihood. And when you're playing with my livelihood, I want to know the facts. I want to know how they impact me. I want to know my choices. And the update, the eBay Open updates, there are things that impact small sellers, medium, and large. There really is something for everyone. And some things just will not apply to you, and other things will apply to you. So go on my website, get your complimentary exclusive eBay Open updates guide. I'm only going to cover some of the things because it's all in here for you. First is managed delivery, eBay's warehouse system, because I'm hearing a lot of stuff about this. I actually reached out to a senior team member because I really, really, really wanted accurate information. And I asked the senior team member a bunch of questions. And these are the sites that I was directed to them. So I'm going to share again, and I'm going to tell you what the sites are. And they are also in your exclusive eBay Open update guide. So the first thing is, whoops, that's not it. Here we go. Is the best single source right now, and I'm going to date this July 30th for the information from eBay Open 2019, is a press release that eBay Newsroom put out. And you may not be familiar with eBay Newsroom. And if you're not, Google eBay Newsroom. You'll see a lot of articles. It is eBay's press releases to the public. This is the press release they put out about eBay Open. And in it, they discuss managed delivery. What managed delivery is, it is the eBay warehouse system where you will send products to warehouses around the United States. And what they will do is when you get sales, they will pack and ship your items. This is not meant for small sellers. This is for large sellers. You can fulfill eBay. Also, to let you know, you can fulfill orders on other sites with your managed delivery account, but it is created for eBay to fulfill your eBay account, but you can use it to fulfill other accounts. I'm giving you the complete story because I want you to know. And also, most of my large sellers sell on multiple channels. This is also happening to medium small sellers, is to keep our sales strong. We're selling on more than one marketplace. Well, managed delivery helps you do that, but it's warehoused. You will not have the item in your home. So this is the information that is on the eBay newsroom release, all about managed delivery. I've got more in here. And the other thing I wanted to show you on managed delivery is if you Google eBay managed delivery, and this is the page that was recommended to me by the team, this information you get, it's very extensive. It tells you all about the program. I don't want to read this to you. You can read it. So just Google eBay managed delivery, look for this page, 2019 spring seller update. And the question that's been coming up, and Devin Wenig, the chief of eBay, announced managed delivery from the stage that it's going to be available to all sellers. It's going to be available to all. For you, right? So if you've only got 30, 40 listings, it's not for you. This is something for our big sellers. I would say over 1,000 SKUs. So all the information, this, and I love eBay, things are not always clear. And you notice that this information is on the spring seller update. This information, is not on the eBay newsroom release. And this is why I'm not kidding, I spent over 2 hours sending emails and an equal amount of time zooming around eBay finding things. For whatever reason, they don't have a clickable link to managed delivery on the press release. Maybe because it's a press release, I don't know. So this is the information on managed delivery. When you read it, you will notice there is no date for when it's going to roll out, okay? And what that tells you is it's in a beta, and it is. I know a seller that's in it. And eBay has not set an exact date of when this will fully roll out. But if you're interested, let's say you have 500 or 600 SKUs, or maybe you have 1,000 SKUs or 2,000 SKUs, and you're like, Kathy, I'd like to know more about this. I want information about it. Well, the information's not out here. They're not giving you prices. They're not telling you where the warehouses are. They're giving you a lot of details. They're telling you about the protections, but they're not giving you the financials. This is how you find out about it. And this is how you find out when it rolls out. Fill out a survey. You got to fill it out. Then you'll go into their system and it says, tell us what's important to you and if you're interested in using managed delivery when it's available. And what was explained to me by the senior staffer in managed delivery, and again, this is eBay's warehouse and shipping system, is as it rolls out to more sellers and becomes more public, the people that fill out the survey will be notified. So, and I filled it out. I'm like, I want to be notified. So I look at your inventory. They want to know type of inventory and what's important to you. And there's a couple of different things that you fill out. It's a drag and drop. You put things in order. It's very simple. It took me 3 minutes to fill out. If you have a lot of inventory, you're interested in this, fill it out. If this doesn't apply to you, move on. And as I learn about it, I get updates, as I get information, I will put it on my Facebook business page. I love to be selling. It will also be in weekly eBay tips that I put out. If you haven't subscribed to that, on my website, where you can pick up your exclusive eBay Open updates, you can subscribe to my eBay tips and you'll be hearing about it. That's managed delivery, warehouse system, big sellers. Now, back to the eBay Open newsroom. The next thing I wanted to cover, which is in here, is the photo editing tool that they released in beta. It's currently in beta. And you will notice when you read this, it is not in the press release. I have no idea why. You will also look on the eBay site. There is no information at all. The only information I have on it is what I got from Open. I'm sure there'll be more released. For me, I'll keep an eye on the eBay for Business Facebook page. I'll also keep an eye on my eBay messages because it is a photo editing tool. My best guess, and this is truly me guessing, is that eBay will eventually send out emails and let us know this tool is available. It is a, hang on, let me just come back to this. It's a photo editing tool. It's for the eBay app. Right now it's not on PC. It whites out the background, similar to what PhotoFuse and Clipping Magic does. It is free. Excuse me, it's only on the app though. So what you do is you take a picture on your phone, then you can white out the background from the app. And what's explained to me, I think this is from a phone call with Concierge. Concierge is US-based high-level customer service. And all of us that attend eBay Open every year, I think for the last 3 years, I can't remember if it was at Venetian, I think so, but I know it was the last 2 years. Wendy Jones has given everybody who attends eBay Open Concierge customer service, which before was reserved just for the higher level stores. So when I call in, I gotta tell you what, it's like I love Concierge. When I call in, I get US customer service. I'm like, yay. Anyway, it is a tool in the eBay app. It whites out the background. It's in beta, which means sometimes it might work a little better than other times. I have not used it. I am signed up. I just have not used this yet. What was explained was, as we use it more, the app learns. It's what's called machine learning or artificial intelligence. So the more we use the tool, the more it learns. The only people that have it that I'm aware of, that I was told, are the people that attended eBay Open. Not only did you have to attend eBay Open, this was another concierge phone call, you had to sign up at eBay Open. You had to go over to the Seller Hub team area. It wasn't like Concierge is automatic. You had to sign up. But when I asked Concierge, I said, well, people that attended Open, but is there a way for them to opt in if they want to use it? Because you get very busy at eBay Open. I mean, you're in a lot of workshops, a lot of seminars. You just may think, oh, I'm going to sign up, and you forget. And basically, if you attended Open and you neglected to sign up to get the photo tool, is give eBay customer service a buzz and just say, hey, I was at Open, I really want to get the tool, and see what they can do. No promises. Okay, so that's not even now, sort of similar to the warehouse thing. And this was my feedback on eBay Open updates is, I think one thing has a definite date, and I'm going to get to that. A couple of things were like, it'll be 2020, and other things were just, it's rolling out. So great promises, great responsiveness, because all of this is in response to us as sellers, but very vague. And I am not kidding you. I spent hours sending emails and running around the internet finding out. So photo tool, July 30th, because I'm sure things will come out. But for now, it's all word of mouth, beta only, eBay Open attendees only. If you didn't sign up, call customer service. And that is in here in your essential eBay Open guide. Okay. Multi-user account. Now this is interesting. So hang on a second. And this is, I don't think a really small seller would use this, but definitely medium to large sellers would use this. So hang on a second. And this is definitely something that eBay sellers have been asking for. So let me explain this. And actually, killing Mohan's name. I'm so sorry, Mohan. Mohan, who's the vice president, if I remember correctly, of Developed Tools, Mohan Pat, promised this a year ago and is delivering on it now. And he's super. And I always enjoy him from the main stage. So multi-user account is in this newsroom press release. And what it is that you can give access to your eBay account to somebody else and they do not see all your sales data. You can actually put things in portals so they can see, you give them permission to see this part of your account, this part of your account, this part of your account. This is also in beta. It's rolling out now. My understanding is all sellers, it says that all sellers, so excuse me, it's in beta in that it's not full blown, but all sellers have access to it. It is in your seller hub. Right now, the only thing that you can portal or just section off and give permission to is listing. You cannot use multi-user account for shipping or promotions or any other part of your account. The only part that you can use right now in multi-user account is listing. How to access it, and this was another series of emails. I reached out to the multi-user account team. There is a process, and I'm looking at my guide here, and the process that they said to set this up is in the guide, and I give it to you step by step. So if you're interested in that, take a look at that because it's very, very helpful. I know people using it and they also love it. It's terrific because you can hand your listing off. Now, previously for listing, you do have tools like InkFrog, Octiva, where you could have an assistant create a listing in Octiva or InkFrog, which are paid. But, and InkFrog may have a free version. They used to, I don't know if they still do. But they're relatively low cost tools, and you could have an assistant create a listing in the tool. You could then approve the listing or not and send it to eBay. So previously you had to use a third-party tool if you wanted to hand off listing to an assistant. eBay is now going to enable you to do that with your multi-user account. Okay, so the information how to set it up is in here on your multi-user account access. Okay, here too, it talks about the Terrill integration. And I explain that in here too, because Terrill is wonderful research information that we now have. However, it's showing access to it is available to sellers in different ways. Some people have a research tab now in their seller hubs, some don't. So in the exclusive eBay Open Update Guide, I give you 3 different ways that I have discovered to get into your Terrill data. So you've got that, okay? Now, the one that's the biggest in my mind is the new seller protections. And this is the one with the most information. So I'm very grateful to eBay that this is the most detailed and big seller protections team, because they have worked night and day to make this happen, okay? So what it is there will now, as of October 1st, and I have a timeline in here too, so you know, the whiting background, the managed delivery, and the new seller protections effect October 1st. They are not in effect now. And you're going to have some terrific protections for top rated sellers. And the protections particularly address a lot of the issues we've been running into. False item not as described are called SNADs, significantly not as described. And what's been happening, if you haven't run into it, is doing free returns. You might have charged shipping. The person gets it. They've changed their mind. They're unhappy. They shipping. And there's some where they take a new item and they take it out of the packaging. They use it, sometimes break it, hurt it, and then want to return it to get a full refund, claiming it's not as described. So the new seller protections address that. And what's great, and this is what I wanted to show you, is on the eBay newsroom, there is a great PDF. And for whatever reason, just to let you know, so if you Google eBay seller protections, this is the page you land on. It's in Seller Central, and it gives you all the information about seller protections, and it is from the 2019 Spring Seller Update. This is the page you land on, okay? And a lot of good information here. Seller protection policies, customer service, all kinds of things, okay? However, for whatever reason, this really cool PDF about the new top-rated seller benefits is not on the seller protection page. And trust me, I Googled and clicked and emailed, and I'm just telling you, seller protection page, great, from the spring. Really cool PDF, which is this, and I'm going to show it to you in just a second, is on eBay for Newsroom, okay? And it's all in here. I gave you all the links. I explained it all. This I love, and I told the seller protection team. So click this highlighted word, clickable link. Look at this, and this is printable. This is a printable PDF from the seller protection team, all about from eBay Open. It tells you everything that's going into effect, and I want to keep highlighting this October 1st, because I've been hearing some people thinking it's in effect now. It is not. These new protections do not go into effect till October 1st. They tell you the qualifications. You need to be top rated, offer 30-day returns. Right now, it's for US with false item not as described. It gives you, you can do partial refunds. And in addition, up to $6 if they're forcing you to pay the return shipping, okay? So it's a lot of great for being a top-rated seller. And I would say right now, if you are, watch your Seller Hub, because you definitely maintain your top-rated seller status. And if you're not, you want to achieve it, and you want to bone up, read this PDF. The link's in here. You get the link off of, oh, here we go, off of, thank you, eBay Newsroom, okay? So, photo whiteout tool, in effect now for smaller sellers, but you have to have been at eBay Open and signed up. The warehouse is in beta. That's the managed shipping. Go to the page for the managed shipping. What are they calling it? Managed delivery. Everything is managed now. You notice that before we had promoted listings and promotions manager. Now everything is managed. So we've managed payments. And I think they are calling it managed delivery. So excuse me, hang on. I haven't memorized everything. Multi-user. So hang on. Then we have top-rated, Terapeak, yay, Terapeak. Terapeak is great data. So again, it is in a couple different places right now. Eventually, everything will be under a research tab on your Seller Hub, managed delivery. So for your bigger sellers, that's rolling out. Do fill out that survey if you're interested. If you're around the 1,000 SKU range, if you've got multi-quantity, you definitely want to do that. Okay, that's for our bigger sellers. Multi-user account is really like medium to large. A smaller seller might be interested in it. It's free. It doesn't cost anything, but there is a step-by-step process. So grab this, because the step-by-step process I got from the multi-user account people, and I'll walk you right through it. Take a look at that seller protections, that PDF on the newsroom. I would print it out and I would stick it over your desk or wherever it's going to be, but I would print that out and put it right there. That's authoritative information from the seller protections team. And then in my guide, what I've done is at the end, I've given you a timeline on all of this. And the other thing I've done is I've given you the clickable links for everything. So you have the clickable link for Devin Wenig's address when he announced the updates. And that is live. It's live of all places on LinkedIn. And it's live on eBay for Newsroom's Facebook page. For right now, it's done on YouTube. I assume they will upload it to YouTube eventually. Okay. The workshops from eBay Open are taped eBay 2 to 3 weeks to release them. So look for that in mid-August. Okay. Seller protections for top rated go live October 1st. And they're talking managed delivery, the warehouse system rolling out in 2020. So you got the link for Devon. I'm also giving you the link to the boards. You get a lot of the update informations there. I give you the link for that cool PDF from the newsroom guys. And I give you the links for managed. Because if you're interested, you do need to click that and you do need to fill it out to get the updates from the managed delivery team. And that's what the senior staff told me, is that you're going to have to go to that page and fill it out to get the updates. I assume too the updates will be coming out on eBay's pages. But for right now, the best way is to sign up with that survey. And then you're going to want to come over to .com, my website, grab this exclusive eBay open update guide. It is complimentary. This is free. This is my gift to you. Actually, my flight home from Vegas, which is 5.5 hours, I spent I'm not kidding you, actually didn't sleep on the flight, which is interesting. I was emailing, Googling, and writing for to have this guide for you. And let me just quickly see. Oh, you're welcome, Christy. Christy said, thank you. Christy, honey, you're welcome. And that's why I did this, because for whatever reason, you guys know me too. I mean, I love eBay. I am very grateful to eBay. Plus, I got really close shades. I mean, I love eBay. For whatever reason, the information is all around the site. It's not all in one place. It's not like a spring seller update or a fall update where everything's all in one place and we have all the links. You've got eBay newsroom, then you've got managed delivery, you've got seller protection, then you have some information where it was spoken of and there's no information like the photo whiteout. So I wanted to put everything in one place for you. I actually had a staffer, because I have eBay staffers who subscribe to my tips, and the eBay staffer emailed me and said, "Great job! Thank you for putting everything in one place." And I was like, "You're welcome." The links for Devon, the links for the seller protection, the links for how to do the survey for managed delivery so that you get the updates on, all in one place, so that you don't have to spend 2.5 hours running all over eBay, Googling. Google is your friend, Google, and then sending a lot of emails going, well, this is what it or is there something else that I'm missing that's more authoritative? So this is my gift to you. And always with things like eBay policies and eBay updates and eBay tools, always date. I mean, some promoted listings as an example. What it was when it first rolled out and what it is now is extremely different. That's why I'm dating this. So what they're saying now about the photo editing tool, what they're saying, they being eBay, what they're saying now about managed delivery, this is what is authoritative now. The only thing with an exact date with really extensive detail is the seller protections, which, and then I'm going to sign off, is for everybody who's a top-rated seller. And if you don't know, if you're newer to eBay selling, or maybe you heard some wrong information, you don't need to have a store to be a top-rated seller. Top-rated seller is a wonderful qualification available to all sellers that meet the criteria with or without a store. And very much now it is a good thing to be a top-rated seller. Things like the managed delivery, I find very exciting. Whether you use it or not is up to you, but that it's an option. That's what I like. I like options. I like choices. eBay is a very vibrant, diverse bunch of sellers, some very small, some very large, and we all have different needs. And what eBay is doing is something for everyone. Some tools are going to be more useful for our smaller, medium sellers, other tools for very large sellers, and then other things are very good, like the seller protections, for all sellers. And that's what I like. My only caveat, and I say it in my guide for you, is a lot of vagueness. The only thing with exact dates was the seller protections. Everything else is, it's in beta, it's rolling out, this will be available, but no time frame. I was like, nothing. And I mean, I Googled, I looked, I emailed. My best understanding, and if you've been selling for a while, you'll know what I mean, is that way, because if they gave a certain date and it didn't roll out by that date, then all of us would be going, ah. So by saying it's coming, or we anticipate this rolling out in 220, it's giving them time. You know, whether it's going to be the spring of 2020, the summer of 2020, the winter of 2020, we will see. And when they say things are in beta, it's like we need to test it, and develop it and get it better before we roll out to everybody. So those are my tips to you. But honestly, good news, something for everybody. Go to my website, ilovetobeselling.com, grab your guide, let your friends know about it. And it's going to be good. I got to tell you, I was really excited by everything. This was the best eBay Open ever. I was really impressed by eBay. I loved meeting all the executives and the staff. I loved meeting all of you. So thank you, so many of you that stopped by the Street Pricer booth to give me a hug. Anyway, I have got to get shipping. I'm Kathy, and I love to be selling. Bye-bye, everybody.